Arizona, at least among some of the municipal providers, to do exactly some of the resiliency things that Greg is talking about also. And there are ways to come at this where there is a transactional piece, and then there is also a recognition that growth can be at least somewhat decoupled from increased consumptive use. I mean, I'll give you Las Vegas as an example, which has probably triple the population now that it has in the 80s and uses less water. And like Nevada's going to be fine. They have a drain in the bottom of Lake Mead. Dead pool doesn't actually mean anything to them. But what Southern Nevada Water Authority has done in terms of increasing reuse, increasing efficiencies, and decreasing not just per capita demand, but cumulative demand is pretty remarkable. And there is space in this basin still to be able to achieve those sorts of things if we can construct a set of governing rules. And I really think Andy's point is important as well, that you can't slap down a top-down, one-size-fits-all approach. These have to be approaches that address local areas, that address multi-sector needs. But there is still room in this basin, right? We are talking about, I mean, it's less than it used to be, to Peter's point. But there is still water in those reservoirs. For what it's worth, I also represent the Klamath tribes over in Oregon doing their Endangered Species Act work. And if you want to see what happens when an ecosystem in a basin goes past a tipping point, that's the Klamath. There are no good options in the Klamath at this point in time. The Colorado is in a dangerous place, but it has not crossed that point yet. And if we are able to collectively pull together to stop fighting over legal positions and to really think hard about realistically where are we going to be? Because I'll say this right now, there is not a consensus path forward that the upper basin is going to grow to 7.5. That's not a consensus path forward. That's simply not a real outcome, in the same way that we at Kitsan don't feel like a real outcome is us standing in our corner, folding our arms and pointing to a Supreme Court injunction.
Any other last words? Nancy, did you?
I just want to make a pitch. I think another way to grow the pie is with some of the restoration activities that my colleagues are going to talk about later this afternoon, and they have the unenviable position of being the last panel of the day before happy hour. So I'm trying to give a pitch for that.
We'll stick around for that. I want to note for the record that we didn't mention the word Shoshone during the panel, but I'm here all afternoon, so if you want to talk about Shoshone, I'm happy to do that with you. Please help me in thanking our panelists for the great discussion today. Thank you very much.
And special thanks to Jay for representing the Lower Basin so well. We had some folks who couldn't make it who were planning to be here to speak from that perspective as well, so I really appreciate you just being so outnumbered up there and doing such a fantastic job. Before I dismiss you all for lunch, I just wanted to speak to you about the beautiful apples in the middle of this table. They come from Tom Alvey's orchard, Roger Mesa Fruit. They bring it every year. They're Honeycrisp. They're incredible. Please add them to your lunch. I hear that they're healthy. Try them. Enjoy them. We come back to hear from Commissioner Mitchell and Andy Mueller at 12:45. Lunch is going to be right over there as soon as those partitions open. Thank you all so much.